everyone, and welcome to Mayor Aaron's Playground. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit disappointed that my Survivor Series Becky Lynch still hasn't shipped. But that's okay, because I have Elite Series 97 Alexa Bliss to review today. And I also have a very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fresh out of timeout, Holiday Lily! Yay! Holiday Lily! Lily! Okay, so I know last time Holiday Lily was around, things got a little bit out of hand. But Holiday Lily promises to be on her best behavior.
Is this a joke? I thought with The Fiend leaving WWE, it was ending these silly little segments. Wow, you're ignoring me, the co-mayor of LumberJillville, to talk to some creepy gross little doll.
Oh, look, you're here. Yay! Co-mayor Alexa, if you insist on coming to my playground, I'll have you know that it is a very, very bad idea to say anything mean about Holiday Lily.
You mean like if I say I might have to take your creepy little doll and toss her in the trash where she is supposed to be?
Oh! No, that is the last thing you should do. The very last thing.
I don't think I like you when that doll is around. I feel like it possesses you.
Oh, stop it, you meanie weenie. All Holiday Lily does is love me.
Aww. Yeah, weird. Listen, after this review she has to go. You're creeping me out. I'm out of here.
Oh, be careful. Didn't see that there before. Good one, Holiday Lily.
I'm going to destroy you, you dumb doll.
Whoa, no, hey. Co-mayor Alexa, listen, Jilloween is right around the corner. And you know what that means? Holiday Lily is gonna be around.
Whatever. I still don't understand what makes this a playground.
Oh, I have a pool!
And also, you look dumb dressed up as Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, who would want to be Alexa Bliss? I mean, you're definitely not a figure of Alexa Bliss.
That's right, I'm a co-mayor Alexa figure. That's how you found me.
Yeah. Hey, I have an idea. Do you want to fill up the swimming pool with Jell-O and wrestle? Yeah? Let's do it!
Help.
Hey y'all, welcome to LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Now before we get started, I just want to remind you to subscribe to LumberJillville Wrestling Figures First. First look at all future women's wrestling figure reviews. I have a lot of fun here in LJV and your support would mean a lot. Also hit like and thumbs up if you like the intro or you like the rest of the video. But besides that, I am here today to review WWE Elite Series 97 Alexa Bliss. Now, this figure looks like a lot of fun. It's the first inclusion of Lily in figure form. And yeah, it looks like a really cool figure. Now, there are some inaccuracies with the face paint in this attire that we'll get into later on. But either way, I'm excited to open it up and give you all a closer look. So let's do that. Alright, so let's start off with the packaging here. We've gone over this, the new style Elite packaging. I'm not a huge fan. It's just a real flimsy cardboard. It drives me nuts, but this came in good shape, so that's good. And I did order two to keep one MOC. But the strangeness of this figure starts right off on the front of the box here, because we have that face paint kind of photoshopped on that image there. Now, that's not a huge deal. You know, it's not too bad. It looks fine. But we turn it around, and that's where it's bizarre. I believe this match that she wore this attire was SummerSlam 2021, and she did not wear this face paint. And on top of that, if you take this face paint away, you'll see that hairstyle that she wore at SummerSlam, and that's not the hairstyle that we get on the figure. So we'll cover that when we get a closer look, but kind of a bizarre choice in my opinion, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But either way, as far as MOC display purposes go, I think it looks good. I think it looks really cool. Looks nice and clean. I like how she's holding Lily there. Lily's not just off to the side or something, so that looks really cool. Turning it around here, we have her little bio there. We have that photoshopped image, yeah. And then we have some of her accomplishments there. And we also have the rest of the line, which Rhonda is coming soon as far as the review goes. So that being said, let's open it up. WWE Elite Series 97, Alexa Bliss. Now, this figure is a bit of a mashup. The face paint with that hair sculpt is from WrestleMania 37 Night 2, which took place on April 11th in Tampa, Florida. She would come out with this face paint and hair and assist The Fiend in his entrance versus Randy Orton via a giant jack-in-the-box. Now, this attire is from SummerSlam 2021, which took place on August 21st in Paradise, Nevada. On this night, she would defeat Eva Marie. Alright, some overall first impressions of this figure. I mean, it's definitely an awesome figure. I love it, but I can't stop thinking about doing a head swap with that alternate Alexa Bliss Ultimate head on this figure, and we'll get to that later on in the review because it would be more accurate if I did that. But either way, for what it is, it's definitely a cool figure, even if it's just a mashup. And we'll take a closer look here momentarily. So she comes packaged with these gripping hands with white fingernail polish. And then she also has these flat hands where she can pose them, you know, on her cheeks there, looking all sweet. Now, obviously, the main event here as far as accessories go is our first little Lily doll. And they did a pretty good job here. I mean, it definitely has a lot of detail. Even has a little texture on the dress, which is accurate. And also, the head pops off. So you can simulate all those moments where she had her head ripped off there. So I think this is definitely a cool little accessory, and I'm glad that we finally got that. Now, that being said, let's take a closer look at the figure itself. Alright, so this face scan, face sculpt, and hair sculpt was actually used in the Ultimate Edition. That's where we first saw it. Now, the alternate head that came with that is actually more accurate with this attire, but we're just going to cover this head for now. We'll do a comparison later with the Ultimate Editions, and I'll show you what this figure looks like with the proper head on it. Either way, this definitely gets points for being unique. We get this really unique face paint that I believe she only wore once, really. And they did a really good job with detail here with the black and even the silver accents. I mean, they really went all out there. And I can tell you, I can attest, I applied this face paint for my intro based off of photos online, and it took forever, honestly. So they did a really good job of shrinking it down and putting it on her in figure form. What's also really cool, she has her white eyes with the black dots. This is a creepy face print there. It looks awesome. And this hair sculpt is just the pigtail hair sculpt, which doesn't really go with this attire if we're looking at SummerSlam 2021. So yeah, I think they did a good job here. However, this head is the one that I believe would look better on this, and we'll get to that later. But next, let's cover the attire and body sculpt. Moving on down to the body sculpt and the attire, I am happy to see that the upper torso is a new sculpt. Even on the Ultimate Edition, that was a piece that was reused multiple times. So here we get a brand new sculpt here, and I think it's excellent. Now, I really do think that the body sculpt itself is awesome. I think it is spot on to Alexa. And it's one of those situations that looks like a little bit of a shrunken down version. I guess the only thing that I could see, and this has been a problem in previous Alexa Bliss Elites, more notably the Harley Quinn looking one, right, is the chest is really, really long. It's like, it's really weird. It's really, like the sternum is really, really long where it goes down. It just, I feel like it should be a little higher. But that's just nitpicky here. Other than that, I think the body sculpt's great. And like I mentioned before, this top has sculpted straps all throughout. Even that little silver ring is sculpted on, which is excellent. The sculpting goes around the torso here, all the way around. Those little rivets are sculpted on. The chains are sculpted on. And what's really, really awesome, it might be hard to see, but if you look at that top, it has a pattern to it. I guess it's like the alligator type skin pattern. And that's amazing. That is a feature I did not expect, and you really can't tell from images. But having texture to that top is tremendous. And on top of that, if you just look at the coloration here with the black base color, we have that bluish green accent color with the silver rivets, the chains painted on very cleanly silver, and we have play and pain and text in silver all throughout that top. Moving on down to the bottom here, this is just all painted on, but it's painted on very, very good. We once again get the bluish green accents with the silver dots there. The chains are painted on this time, not sculpted. We have play and pain and text all over. Now, looking at her hands, these are the alternate gloves that she comes with. Her fingernails are painted white, and then on the gloves we have play and pain. And these are very nicely detailed gloves there. She has these fishnets painted on very cleanly. I think they look great, very cool. She has these knee pad pieces, and then these boots and kick pads seem like they're new pieces here, and they look awesome. Not only do they have play and paint all over, but we get this nice little blue accent color there. And the detail there is awesome. So yeah, as far as the body sculpt goes, I think it's nearly perfect. I don't know, I feel like her sternum is a little long, right? Maybe it's just me, but either way, I think they did an excellent job here. And it's definitely a visually appealing figure as far as the attire goes. Alright, so now let's cover articulation. Now, it's important to note that as far as the Ultimate Edition goes, the only extra articulation you get with that Ultimate Edition Bliss is the little toe joint there. And that, to me, that little toe joint is so unnecessary, but that's the extra articulation you get in this Ultimate Edition figure. We don't have butterfly joints on the female Ultimates yet, so hopefully we get that in the future. But as far as this Elite 97 goes, we don't have a whole lot of head movement here. She can look right, she can look left fine. Her shoulders on a ball joint, can go in all different directions. She has an upper arm swivel. She has double jointed elbows, which is perfect. You can really put her hand under her little chin there. It's awesome. Definitely glad that we have double jointed elbows in the women's elites now. We have that upper, okay, kinda, I was gonna say the upper torso swivel, but it really doesn't move a whole lot, and I think it's because of the texture that we have in that midsection, so we really don't get a whole lot of movement in that upper torso there. We have a waist swivel. The hip is on a ball joint, can move in all different directions. We have double jointed knees, can really bend. It's really not inhibited by knee pads much. The boot can swivel, and then the foot can plantar flex down and dorsiflex up. So yeah, the articulation is good here, and like I mentioned, the Ultimate, the only benefit you get from the Ultimate as far as articulation goes is in the toe. Alright, so now let's do a little side-by-side comparison. Obviously on the far left we have that Elite 97 we're covering today, and the two on the right are my two favorite looks that you can make the Alexa Bliss Ultimate Edition in with all the interchangeable soft goods and heads. Now I did buy three, so I'm able to give her three different looks. I have another look on the shelf where she has that black soft goods t-shirt under the apron. But these are my two favorite looks, and to be quite honest with you, this middle look here that I made with my Alexa Bliss Ultimate Edition, this to me is the best women's wrestling figure that I have ever reviewed here in LumberJillville, and I honestly don't know if that'll ever get topped, ever get beat. It is perfect. I love everything about that figure. It is by far my favorite figure, and it is the best, okay? So either way, if you look over at this alternate head that we get with that Ultimate Edition Bliss, this is the head I was talking about earlier, that goes hand in hand with the attire from Elite 97, you know, from SummerSlam 2021. So what I did here is I obviously bought two. I usually keep one MOC and one open, but I have to display this Elite 97 how it is. You know, I don't want to switch it up. But I did buy an extra one, and what we're going to do is we're going to pop that head off camera there. There we go. And we're going to put this head on and see how it looks. And that looks so much better in my opinion. Like, that to me is more accurate. Now, there is a chance that she did wear this face paint in the hair with that attire, but I did a lot of research, y'all. I went back and watched matches, watched appearances, and I couldn't find it. So yeah, this right here is definitely an amazing look. And all honesty, if the figure came like this would be like a perfect figure. I don't think it would edge out this Ultimate Edition, but it would be darn close because that is an improvement in my opinion. But for what we get here with that Elite 97, it is cool that we do get this crazy alternate look here. But if you're looking for accuracy, it definitely misses the mark. But I do like that face paint. The eyes are cool, and that hair sculpt is neat. But yeah, as it stands, how it was, I really do think it is an upgrade when you add that Ultimate Edition head. Now, if you're looking to have just one Alexa Bliss in your collection, I say skip over Elite 97 and go straight to the Ultimate Edition and make this center look, because this figure is tremendous. I can't say that enough. Alright, so overall, I give WWE Elite Series 97 Alexa Bliss an overall score of a 9 out of 10. This is a tremendous figure. This is a lot of fun. There's definitely a lot of attention to detail in there, but there are a couple little details that take it down and prevent it from being a perfect score. The first one is obviously one I've covered multiple times in this review, is the inaccuracy of that hair sculpt and face paint with that attire. I just wish they went with that other head that came with the Ultimate Edition. It would have been so much more accurate. So the mashup kind of bothers me a little bit. And also, it might not be noticeable unless you're holding it in person, but that sternum is so long that her chest sits like in the middle of her torso. And it's just bizarre. It's super low. It should be up a lot higher. And that kind of bothers me a little bit as far as an aesthetic detail there. But it's definitely a cool figure. And don't get me wrong, it's definitely worth the money, but I do think that Ultimate Edition Alexa Bliss is superior in every way. You know, I definitely think if you want to add one Bliss to your collection, go out and get the Ultimate Edition, but the one redeeming factor here is she does come with Lily finally. Wish we got that in the Ultimate Edition, but we do get that here. So it is a cool figure, but it definitely does not edge out the Ultimate Edition in my opinion. Thanks for stopping by LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. For a first look at all future women's wrestling figure reviews, make sure to subscribe to become an official resident of LJV today. Also hit like and thumbs up if you like today's video. Head on over to ringsidecollectibles.com and use coupon code LJV to save 10% off of any women's wrestling figure that you order from the website. Also, Pro Wrestling Tees / LumberJillville has some merch, including this shirt that I'm wearing. Now stay tuned, there are tons, and I mean tons, of women's wrestling figures that I'm going to be reviewing here the rest of this month and next month. The next review being Rowdy Ronda Rousey from Elite Series 97. So thanks for stopping by, thanks for watching, and have a great night, y'all.